It's all about Black Adam. Set photos gives first look at Dwayne Johnson
Dwayne.
in costume. As he's coming in from Screen Rant, John, the first, I'm going to ask you something. That actual photograph that he posted on Twitter, who does it remind you of right away?
Luke Skywalker and The Last Jedi.
Yeah, isn't it?
I hope it's a fucking better performance. That's not being harsh on Mark. I mean, I hope the character's better written.
Yeah, but Johnson
some grizzly old guy drinking green milk from the teat of an alien.
He shared the new image from Black Adam on his Instagram account. Johnson's photo doesn't show Black Adam's finished superhero look, but rather his character covered in a black cloak. The actor also briefly described the character's mythology and again reiterated that the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change. Very interesting words.
He's very powerful,
Dwayne Johnson, John. But,
and we've not got Superman, so it wouldn't be hard.
Well, exactly, yeah. We've got Shazam. But I think, is this what he says in the actual post? If you know the comic book mythology, then you know where his pain comes from. His rage, his wife and children killed, his people brutally enslaved. He's not a superhero, but rather a champion of the poor and beaten down, champion of the people, and he is the most unstoppable force in the DC universe. Black Adam. That is great.
Wanted to give you guys a little Black Adam update and share this image. Stephen,
it's appreciated.
Just bring the both of us up here because I have to just enjoy this shot.
Yeah.
Stephen, this guy's not using muscle suits like Zachary Levi did in Shazam. He doesn't need to.
No.
He's an absolute unit. I think he's got one of the most impressive physiques for an actor I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And you can see his deltoids even through that cloak. Just a fucking monster of a guy. His leg is the size of me. And I'm so looking forward to seeing this guy's take on this character because Stephen, he's an icon for me, an absolute inspiration. He's never say die attitude. He's continual grind day in day out, getting up at 5 a.m, doing a run and then getting into the weights and then doing acting and then coming home and being a good family guy. He's just a fucking inspiration.
That's why he's got 239 million followers on Instagram, John.
Yep. And Stephen,
he is a likeable chap. Now, John, about Black Adam though, this character intrigues me the most out of DC at the moment. Because he's not a villain. He's not a villain. That's the most obvious thing about it. You know, he's obviously troubled.
He's a bit of an anti-hero.
I was going to say, John, what was the John Berthel character again called in?
That was the Punisher.
The Punisher.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. You know, he's a tragic figure who's tried to do justice in his own way. You know, and justice and his sort of his eyes.
He thinks he's right.
Yeah, exactly.
And all the complicated anti-hero heroic figures, they think they're right. Like the Punisher, he thought he was right, and I'm sure there's other ones like that, dark heroes that I'm not aware of who thought they were right. Stephen, you don't want to have the same old clean-cut do-gooder, as they like to call them. I think they call them baby faces in wrestling terms, because we're speaking about Dwayne Johnson, so let's speak about wrestling terms. The most interesting are the heels, or the tweeners as they call them. Not quite heel, not quite babyface, not quite bad guy, not quite good guy. In between, you want a bit of darkness in your character, and that's what you got with the Punisher with John Bernthal. And he's so good at doing it. Even as I think it was Shane Walsh, I think he played in The Walking Dead first 2 seasons. He was part of the heroic group, but he had darkness within him. They're the most compelling characters. They're the ones you want to watch. And it's the same with this, Stephen. I'm sure he's going to have that streak of nastiness within him. It's going to be an epic story, Stephen. It puts you in mind of the Eternals. It's taking place over thousands of years. You're getting the backstory of not just Black Adam, this different champion to Shazam, but the story of his people, of the civilization, and then it's going to come forward into the current day, and he's going to be this completely different grizzled character. I want to use these wide shots more. We simply have to. We've got 2 fucking brilliant cameras, and we just don't use them enough. So I'm looking forward to it. It's a very interesting story. We've seen the concept art trailer, and it looked tremendous.
Yeah.
And then you bring Dwayne Johnson into the picture, and he's just an actor who is made to play a superhero. I don't know why he's not done it today, I should say. To date, not today. And I'm brains frazzled with the weights. I can actually feel myself rattling at the back. The body's starting to wean off of the pre-workout. The Zeus juice, as I like to call it. Absolutely rattling here. But Stephen, he's tailor-made to play this. I don't know why he's not done any role today. I'm glad he's waited for this. He seems to be passionate about the character. He's reading back into the comic book mythology. I've not read it. Seems to be a character touched with tragedy. He's lost his family. That's going to power him to go and kick ass, as they like to say in the States, or kick arse, as we like to say here. Looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to this guy bringing performance to the screen, because as you say, Stephen, it's the most interesting DC property, out with actual Flash Flashpoint, bringing back Michael Keaton.
And Batman.
And the Batman, obviously, but that's a different universe. Within this established DCEU, it's the most interesting property that I can think of. I'm not really caring about Aquaman. They've got Amber Heard in there, and I'm not keen on Amber Turd, as I like to call her. It's realistic to expect a hero rising out of tragedy to have a darkness, exactly. And they are the most interesting watches. Look, I like me my Steve Rogers. I've got the shield behind me. Of course I like my Steve Rogers, man. A guy who's pure. He's the moral compass. But it gets a bit fucking stale. You want to see a Loki in there.
You want someone that's motivated for their own sort of circumstances. And you get that in the Bruce Wayne character, clearly. It's a story that's well told. That's why I'm looking forward to this one the most. I don't really know too much about Black Adam character and his origins. And as you said, John, very much like the Eternals, it's going to cover quite a big time span to bring it right up to date. And then we'll know this character very well. That's what I like about it.
Stephen, look, what you say there, that's why I don't understand these naysayers, these detractors of Batman that say they don't like Batman. They're not a very interesting character. For me, he's the most compelling DC hero, because he's the guy you could be. If you had the money, you had the means to go and buy the technology, you could be Batman. And he has got darkness. He's this dual character. It's a duology. He's this suited and booted, sort of smug, what do you call it? Philanthropist, is that what you call it? I don't know if it is. The sort of billionaire, I think that's the word.
Billionaire, playboy,
and then by night, he's this dark guy that's taking down these arsewipes in the city. I love that duology, man. That's why I like Arrow. With obviously Oliver Queen.
And his wig,
and his wig. And his perfectly fucking manicured beard,
John,
even though he's stuck in an island for 4 years, 3 years.
That's what I loved about Christian Bale's take on it. You know, he played different personas. You know, he had these Bruce Wayne billionaire, he's the real Bruce Wayne, you know, the guy that cares, and obviously the Batman, you know, and that's what something that was never really touched on. Even Keaton didn't really do that with his Bruce Wayne.
The darkness, Keaton, to be fair, he did have that sort of darkness. You looked at me, he wasn't hanging together right, but yeah, you're right, Steve. I think Bale for me is still the best Batman.
Yes, for me, John.
I think Keaton maybe no, I'm going for Bale. Bale's my Batman, I'm sorry. I was about to say Keaton maybe the best Wayne, Bale the best Batman, but no. And I hope Pattinson's going to be the best, but we'll get into Pattinson, Stephen. I'm absolutely sure about that, because we'll talk about that in this show.
We're talking about that next, John.
Are we?